Good morning, everyone, and this is the first episode of my bookshelf podcast. So, let me show you a few books that I have. I'll take you to the real library later on, but I'm going to show you a few books which I have been reading for the last in these COVID times because while I was um, uh, s- down on the bed. So, the first book is Maslow's Further Reaches of Human Nature, a book on humanistic psychology. Maslow, all of you know, is one of the great psychologists who started the movement for the third force, the what we know today as transpersonal or humanistic psychology. Then there's another book I read, which is a brilliant book, which is Karl Popper's The Open Society and Its Enemies, one of all time classics. Popper, as you know, was the philosopher of science. His duel with Wittgenstein is world famous, but I'll some you know in some other episode I will discuss this entire book because it's a brilliant book which needs to be understood and digested. It's a all time classics, and the same goes for Maslow's book as well. Then this is another classic by Frederick Engels, Karl Marx and Engels, as all of you know. And this book is Ludwig Feuerbach and the End of Classical German Philosophy. Um, this book is also very famous. Um, one of the books of Engels in which he discusses, this was written after Marx had died, and in this he clarifies, and this is the book in which Marx's thesis on Feuerbach was published for the first time. Uh, this is just a printout. Oh, oh, this is a book for my son. I gifted him this. He plays Minecraft a lot, so this book is for the video game Minecraft. Then I have got this book on cognitive science, pathology of attention. Uh, it's a textbook kind of a thing. It's not one of the classics, but it has a very um, kind of good um, overview of the theories of attention, and therefore I like this book as well. Now, here you have this is one of the beautiful looking books. This is Charles Dickens's uh, two books bound into one. This is um, American Notes and Pictures from Italy. So mostly you will find books by Charles Dickens on his novels, fiction books, but he wrote a few very good non-fiction books, travel books in fact, and I found it in one of the old book shops, and because it was a rare book, so I took it, because you can find Charles Dickens's novels anywhere. They're in any bookshelf, in any good bookshop, but you very rarely come across this. And the this is also very wonderful. Look at the spine. It's very nice, very beautiful. Okay, this is another book. It's a Zen book by a Zen master called Shibayama, and the name of the book is A Flower Does Not Talk. It's got it's a Zen Buddhism is a wonderful book for it's an entirely new perspective on what religion and spirituality means. I've always been in love with Zen Buddhism. The first book that I read when I was a teenager was the classic Living Zen by I forget, Robert Linson. Yes. Here's another book by Charles Dickens, Hard Times. I think I must have read it 4 or 5 times. Hard Times read 5 times. So that's kind of uh, a funny joke for you, but this is also a nice book. All of Dickens's book have that amazing language and poetic quality, which is what made him one of the greatest novelists of all time. Now, the other one is Eckhart. It's a book by Eckhart Tolle, the spiritual guru. Stillness Speaks. Uh, it's a new age book. Eckhart Tolle is known for his other books, The Power of Now. He's basically a kind of a Buddhist teaching of mindfulness, being aware, not getting lost in the routine, unconscious way of living. So that's the entire message of this book. And finally, I have this book called Introduction to Ethics. I always start my day with a book on ethics. Descartes said that the first science in philosophy should be ethics. So ethics is what gives me a firm, which it kind of you know makes my mind very sharp, because somehow questions of ethics bring out the best of your logical abilities. So I start my day with a book on in ethics, and this is one of the best books in systematic ethics that I've ever found. All the concepts of ethics laid out in a very good systematic manner, and it's also a classic. Though he's very rarely mentioned among ethics classics. I don't know why, but it is one of very good books on ethics. So this is here I end my first episode on bookshelf on my bookshelf. Uh, I'll do one again, because that's not even 1% of my book collection. So as I keep reading books on, I'll let you know of my other books that I'm covering and or I have covered in the past. So keep watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.